Right, Shalom Yashala, Call Halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Waharakah Kodash Barakathum. I like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutations to the select number of Achion pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth, and salutations to the select number of Aquath out there listening. Okay, of course, who I have on the sorry, who I have on the screen is a DMX. Recently passed. AKA Earl Simmons. Vice versa, whatever. He was a Jake. Who was a talented rapper. Faced with demons, man, just straight up. He was, faced with demons. He's been around since the '90s. Gained popularity in the late '90s, even more so in the early 2000s. So he was, doing his thing. But he was a Jake, just caught up in that industry BS, which he had a big conflict with. Kind of because for one, when messing with that industry, man, like what as far as like a direct pipeline, it's making a covenant with death, such as the scriptures say. They've made a covenant with death, and a lot of Jake is conflicted because once you sign that contract, man, and you're not willing to do what it is that Esau wants you to do, man, they'll put you through pure hell, man. And I remember honestly when X, started having those Salakia issues with narcotics and paraphernalia, what have you, man. His life did a complete 360, man. Not even no 180, man. And of course, a lot of the Achion who's around my age in the mid 30s and 40s know exactly what I'm talking about, man. And then Jake was had a rough upbringing, man, and what have you. But now to fast forward into his recent passing, he had supposedly overdosed, which gave him a heart attack, and then which gave him what some type of form of lessening his oxygen, man, to the brain. So the blood couldn't flow or what have you. So he was getting very little oxygen, became in a vegetative state. And then, that was the Lord's judgment. That was the Lord's judgment for him, and then supposedly he also took the jab. I don't know how true that is, but Jake's now with the Most High, man. I'm gonna get a scripture, and then I'm gonna let this clip play. It's very short. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 17. Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness.
My last thought would be, I've had a good life. Goddamn.
And how ironic, that interview, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was either done early March or late February, mid-February, I believe. That was on Drink Champs. And I'll reread that again. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 17. Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness. Okay? Because for those who know, he had a addiction problem as well. And that's a continual sickness, man. Then to add on to the bitter life to how much he did do as far as in the music industry, because everybody knows the music industry is owned by them gutter rats, man. And they're the biggest rip-off artists that you want to see, man. This man dropped 2 albums in 1 year, and if I'm not mistaken, made Def Jam. I kid you not. I think he made Def Jam like damn near 200 million. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, he damn near made them 200 million off 2 albums and dropped in 1 year, because it was actually unheard of. Usually in music, an artist likes to drop an album, take a year off, and a year off is what, hitting the road, going to tour, what have you. Man, he was a workhorse, man. But hey, signing them contracts with these gutter rats, man, and these goddamn devils, man, they'll do it to you every time. Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness. And that bitter life is what? Just thinking about what you've massed for these corporations and not being compensated as you should, man. So death is a better is a better state for Jake to be in, man. You dig? Granted, he had quite a few seeds, the Israelite man, loves, of course, loves women. So, what follows with that is families, so he had I believe like 17, anywhere from 15 to 17 kids, But that was that's a better place for him to be with the Lord, man. Because that's the feeling that we have being here in these earthly bodies ourselves, man. We rather be with the Most High, man. We rather be getting the hell up out of here, man. Which through the Spirit, the time of this place is up anyway, man. But we would definitely love to be, in the presence of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, man. This place is made to destroy you, man. We're in captivity too, So keep that in mind. This is Second Corinthians chapter 5, verse 8. We are confident, I say, and willing rather to be absent from the body. What's that, to be absent from the body? Hey, man, this body can be in the grave, man. Which his is now. DMX, man, he has no more worries, man. All them demons, hey, all them demons did their job, and his judgment was to be in that vegetative state in a coma for those 7 days, I believe. I think it was a complete week, if I'm not mistaken. But hey, he's no longer suffering, man. He doesn't have any worries of RS. He doesn't have any worries of trying to go overseas so he could fulfill his child support setup. Okay, cameras in your face all the time, reports coming out on you all the time, fighting addiction, to drugs, what have you, man. The most high, literally took him out of his misery, man. And he also learned he was an Israelite, before he passed, like super recently. So that's, hey, you can't beat that. Oh, I'm an Israelite. Then what happens next? Oh, bam. Okay. Bam. You know what I'm saying? Now he with the Most High, Let me reread that in its entirety. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 8. We are confident, I say, and willing rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. Okay, we so want to be with Yahushua Mashiach. Okay, we want to be amongst Yahweh Yahushua, man. Because this earthly bodies, man, you do good on your workout and your eating, then just plagued just being here, man. From the water, if you have water, if it's not working, just all these different scenarios, man. That scripture was so heavy in Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 17. A continual sickness and a bitter life, man. Death is better than that. But we understand here, in this society, we got to do what we got to do, because we only have life through Yahushua Mashiach, man. In all honesty, man, because everybody was just walking around here like zombies, man. Just following the status quo, man. And it's very unfulfilling here, man. So to be present with Yahweh Shah, hey, man, that's the goal. But hey, the elect's gonna get that. The nation, 2/3 of our people gonna be destroyed, and then 1/3, hey, is gonna rule Yahshua Mashiach. Okay, the governing body. Let me jump back to Ecclesiasticus to touch on this death situation. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 41, verse 2. O death, acceptable is thy sentence unto the needy and unto whose strength faileth. Did not DMX's strength faileth, man? From a supposed overdose, from a supposed jab that he may have taken. I don't know. But they said he had a drug overdose, which caused a heart attack, and then also caused very little oxygen to his brain. So therefore he was through. You just in a vegetative state, and your kids and your wives looking at you, and who so forth, just looking at you. Nah, that's definitely not living. But I'll continue to read. That is now in the last age, and is vexed with all things, and to him despaireth and hath lost patience. And that despaireth is what? A cry, to cry out, man. You've lost patience. You're crying out of despair, man. You're crying out of hopelessness, man. And that was, X, of course, was a prime example because, we from the outside looking in, you see somebody who was at the top of their game, in the music field to the run-ins with the laws and the mishaps and shenanigans with the airport police and child support hearings, court hearings, jail time. You can't tell me that death isn't better than that, man. That's not life, you know what I'm saying? And even though he was content, as you've seen on the Drink Champs, he said, he's had a good life. So that's a content mind state to be in, but that's not life. That's really not living. But he's with the Most High now, man. He ain't got to worry about that BS. He doesn't have to fight those addictions no more. He doesn't have to watch his hard work not being appreciated, man. And I speak on this so passionately because I myself done music, and you just know the inner workings and how things go, and of course to see your people go through that, man. That shit is weak, some weak ass stuff to see. But at the same time, our people got to know better, man. These gutter rats, these Edomites, these heathens do not have your best interest at heart, man. So then too, it's like that's really a result of dancing with the devil, man, as well. And then coming into the music industry with prior problems from upbringing, only to be further damaged, man. I'll continue reading Salakia for the rant. Verse 3, fear not the sentence of death. Remember them that have been before thee and that come after, for this is the sentence of Yahweh over all flesh. This is the sentence over all flesh, man. Okay? This death is going to happen. Death is natural. Okay? It of course it's going to hit you if, especially, somebody that you may know, especially a family member, a close family member, a close friend. Yeah, but it's a sentence from Yahweh. You gonna tell the Lord when you can come and go? Nah, that's not the program. Don't get too caught up in this free thinking and the ways of these heathens, man. Not understanding the sentence of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, man. And it's quite clear. I'm reading from Ecclesiasticus out of the Apocrypha, so it's quite clear. Okay, I read from the New Testament. It's quite clear. Okay. Verse 4. And why art thou against the pleasure of the Most High? Hey, it's a pleasure in life and a pleasure in death from Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. Okay. I'll continue reading. There is no inquisition in the grave. Ain't no investigation. Ain't nothing to inquire about. Your flesh is in there. Your spirit to the Most High, man. To the Most High. There's nothing to oh, they in the grave. Well, Salakia, that earthly body is in the grave. The spirit is with Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, man. The spirit is with Yahweh. Okay? I'll continue reading. There is no inquisition in the grave, whether you have lived 10 or 100 or 1,000 years. So that goes for children. It goes for men and women, boys and girls. It goes from ages as soon as you out of the womb. That can go from to a stillbirth, to a child dying, to your grandmother, and to someone who's lived many years. So death is natural, but death death is needed. Death is a part of life cycle, man. So because that was also the other cool thing. Me personally speaking with DMX, he understood. I actually want to use another clip for this video, but he understood. He said the will of the Lord is the will of the Lord, man. He said don't try to understand the Most High in a certain aspect, is what he was saying, which was true. And that just further proves DMX was an Israelite. And once again, the beautiful thing, he learned he was an Israelite before the Most High called him home, man. Salaki, I lost train of thought. I know I want to get one more scripture. I can't think of the scripture I wanted to get. I was going I think it was correlating with not chapter, but this verse. This verse 4 right here. Salaki, let me bear with me, Baba Kwasha. Let me see. And if I can't find it, I'll close it out. Salaki for that. Another scripture had occurred to me. From the grave. Inquisition of the grave. Oh, okay. Salaki, it has slipped my mind. Salaki Akiyam and Akwath. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 6. Or ever the silver cord be loosed, or the golden bowl be broken. Oh, Salakia. I'm tripping. This is verse 7. Verse 7, Salakia. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return to the Most High who gave it. Okay? So, DMX's spirit, is with the Most High, so it's no more suffering, the flesh, the flesh is the flesh, man. The flesh is in the grave, and the spirit is with the Most High now, Salaki about that mishap with verse 6. It was 7. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7. Salaki about that. But that's all I have on this. I hope this was edifying for the Akiyam and Akwath. Once again, call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. Waharakak Wadash Barakatham. Once again, I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutations to the select number of Akiyam and Akwath out there listening. Okay. Shalom.